You're standing in your own apartment, scrubbing chocolate milk out of your rug, picking up shards of a broken vase, staring at a cracked TV you saved 6 months to buy. All because your family decided you're the one to raise 3 kids who aren't yours. No one asked. No one thanked you. They just assumed you'd say yes forever. But what happens when the reliable sister finally says no? Buckle up, because Megan's story of breaking free will leave you speechless. If you've ever felt trapped by someone else's expectations, or if you've dreamed of serving justice to people who took you for granted, hit that like button, subscribe, and let's dive into one of the most satisfying revenge stories you'll hear today. Trust me, you won't want to miss how this unfolds. Megan was 34, living alone in a cozy Cleveland apartment she'd made her own. Vanilla candles flickered on her coffee table, soft jazz played on quiet evenings, and her bookshelves held stories of lives she dreamed of living. She was the middle sister in a family of 3 girls, always the easygoing one, the one who never made waves. Her older sister, Rachel, was the opposite, a whirlwind of charm and chaos who commanded attention like a spotlight. When Rachel laughed, the room glowed. When she cried, the world stopped. And Megan? She was the shadow, always there, always reliable, always invisible. Growing up, Megan learned her role early. Her parents' mantra was family is everything, but it often meant Rachel is everything. Vacations revolved around Rachel's moods. Dinner plans hinged on her whims. Megan, the quiet one, was expected to nod, smile, and go along. She didn't mind at first. She loved her family after all. But love has a way of turning into obligation when no one notices you're drowning. When Rachel's marriage fell apart after 8 years, leaving her with 3 kids, Aiden, 10, Lily, 8, and Max, 5, Megan stepped up. Rachel moved into an apartment near their parents, and Megan, without being asked, started paying half the rent. Just for a few months, Rachel said, her eyes pleading. Months turned into years. No one mentioned Megan's sacrifice. It was just expected. Rachel's kids were sweet but chaotic, carrying their mother's whirlwind energy. Megan adored them, but they weren't hers. Yet every time Rachel needed a break, to heal, to date, to find herself, Megan's apartment became a daycare. One afternoon, Rachel dropped the kids off for an hour, while Megan was prepping for a critical work Zoom call. "You've got this," Rachel said, kissing Megan's forehead like she was a child. 5 hours later, Megan was calming Max's tantrums, helping Aiden with homework, and hearing Lily say, "Mom says Aunt Megan's always free. That's why she's not married." Megan's life began to vanish. Canceled plans with friends. Missed promotions because she was too tired to shine at work. Her apartment, once a sanctuary, smelled of grape juice and snacks. Her bank account drained to cover Rachel's rent. When Megan gently asked for a schedule, Rachel collapsed into a chair, sobbing, "Do you know how hard it is being a single mom?" Their mother chimed in, "Megan, don't be so rigid. Rachel's lost everything." Megan's chest tightened. "What about me?" She wanted to scream. "Who's asking if I'm okay?" But she swallowed it, like always. She was Megan, the reliable one. The one who didn't complain. One Thursday night, Megan collapsed onto her couch, exhausted from a long day, when a frantic knock shattered the silence. Rachel stood at the door, Max wailing in her arms, Aiden dragging a suitcase, Lily clutching a pillow. "I'm sorry for the short notice," Rachel said, her perfume sharp and fresh. "David's moving in with me. I can't let him know I have kids yet. He thinks I'm just a divorcee with no strings attached." Megan froze, Max's snot soaking her blouse. "Rachel, I can't," she said, her voice trembling. "I'm busy. I have plans." Rachel's face twisted from pleading to blame. "Megan, you don't have kids. You live alone. You're the only one who can help." Before Megan could respond, her phone rang. Her mother's voice was icy. "Family comes first, Megan. Everyone sacrifices a little. You're the only one without obligations." That night, chaos reigned. Max threw up chocolate milk on the rug. Lily knocked over a vase Megan got for a work promotion. Aiden screamed about Wi-Fi. And then, a sharp crack. Max had thrown the remote, shattering Megan's 52-inch TV. "I didn't mean to," he sobbed. Lily yelled. "He's lying." Aiden pretended not to hear. Megan stood in the dark, staring at the cracked screen reflecting her blurry, fractured face. She didn't scream. She didn't cry. She just felt gone. Her apartment wasn't hers anymore. Her life wasn't hers. She was disappearing, piece by piece, into Rachel's story. The next day, Megan got a text from Shannon, Rachel's friend. "Megan, I think you should know," it read. Rachel had told Shannon she planned to leave her kids with Megan for months while she moved in with David, who didn't know she was a mother. She'd even joked about hiring a babysitter with Megan's money. "Megan lives alone and doesn't have kids, so of course she'll help," Rachel had said. Megan's throat burned. She looked around her apartment, the stained rug, the broken TV, the chaos that wasn't hers. Rachel wasn't just asking for help. She was erasing Megan's life to rewrite her own. Megan wasn't angry. She was done. Megan didn't confront Rachel. She didn't scream or send angry texts. Instead, she started planning. She called her landlord, Mr. Wilkins, and calmly explained she needed to break her lease early. "You've always been a great tenant," he said. "If you're out by Friday, I'll refund your deposit." That afternoon, Megan found a one-bedroom apartment in Columbus, 2 hours away, with a balcony overlooking a river. The landlord, Deborah, had a kind voice and only asked that Megan water her plants. "I can move in tomorrow," Megan said, her heart lighter than it had been in years. Every night after work, Megan packed. Books, candles, spice jars, things no one noticed. She drove small loads to Columbus, setting up her new life in secret. No moving truck. No social media posts. No goodbyes. By Wednesday, her old apartment was bare, the cracked TV a silent reminder of what she was leaving behind. She wiped the counters, unplugged the Wi-Fi, and slipped the keys into Mr. Wilkins' mailbox. In her rearview mirror, her old life faded like a dream she was finally waking from. Saturday morning, Megan sat on her new balcony in Columbus, sipping black coffee, the river glinting below. At that exact moment, 120 miles away, Rachel was pounding on Megan's old apartment door. Aiden stared at his phone, Lily complained about the heat, and Max whined about needing to pee. A note on the door read, "This apartment is now occupied by a new tenant. Contact Mr. Wilkins." Rachel's face flushed with panic. She called Megan. "Ring, ring, ring. The number you have dialed is unavailable." She texted, "Megan, where are you? The kids are standing in the sun. Did you really move?" No reply. She called Mr. Wilkins, who calmly explained, "Megan moved out last week. She said she needed space." "I figured she had her reasons." Rachel's voice cracked. "Why didn't anyone tell me?" As Rachel stood there, David arrived, pulling suitcases, a bouquet of flowers in hand. His smile faded when he saw the kids. "Rachel, what is this?" he asked. "Kids from church," she stammered. "I'm just looking after them." Aiden, confused, spoke up. "Are you Mom's new boyfriend?" David's face hardened. "You told me you didn't have children," he said. "I asked you 3 times. "I wasn't ready to tell you," Rachel whispered. David turned, his suitcase rolling behind him. "Not a single word more," he said, leaving Rachel with 3 confused kids and a bouquet wilting in the sun. Megan didn't destroy Rachel's life. She just stopped carrying it. Sometimes, walking away isn't about revenge. It's about reclaiming what's yours. Megan found peace not in Rachel's pain, but in her own freedom. And maybe that's the sweetest justice of all, living a life where you don't have to apologize for being you. If Megan's story gave you chills or made you cheer, smash that like button and tell us in the comments. Have you ever had to break free from someone else's expectations? What's the most satisfying way you've taken back your life? Subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss our next story of justice, karma, and standing up for yourself. See you in the next one.